Ooh, hello, Lilith. You're very early. Thank you so much for putting the links in the chat already. Wonderful. Okay. There we go. Hello. All right. Just getting myself set up here. I got a different candle going this time. Oh, it's a little bit smoked up on this side, but that's okay. This time our candle is vanilla. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, it's like vanilla and something. Vanilla and clean laundry, vanilla and I don't know, but I really like it. All right, who do we got? We got Brenda, hello and welcome. We have Drishti, welcome. Yes, you can ask your question. All right. Excuse me. Okay, we're good to go. So, while we're letting everybody get a chance to settle in and start, putting their questions in the chat, I think I'll get shuffled, get a couple of things together. Lilith is asking, can you see me? I can see you in the chat. I don't see you in my house, which, I mean, But yeah, I can see you in the chat. Okay, and oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this moment to go over our chat rules, just how I do things on this stream. It's up to my discretion if I want to, excuse me, apparently hiccup at you. It's up to my discretion if I want to read on something that what I call third-party reading. So that's you asking about someone else that isn't you. Or somebody that you're involved with. So if you're asking about someone else, the first thing you should know is that Spirit knows exactly who you're talking about and what your intention is. You don't have to put their name, just use their initial or their zodiac sign or whatever. We don't want to give too much identifying info, right, in the chat. So that is basically my rule for that. The other thing I want to say is sometimes the chat gets very, very busy, and I may not get to everybody in the order in which they asked. It's not personal. Sometimes I just don't see questions. It's okay if you ask your question and I don't see it and it's been a while. I would say like 20 minutes or something like that. It's okay to ask it again. Just don't post over and over and over your question. Just don't spam, or else you will get ignored. Again, not personal, but it is a boundary that I have. Okay. Yeah. My moderators can also help you to, remember the guidelines. If you don't know how you want to word your question or ask, just ask the moderators. Okay. Yes, and everybody, let's be kind and respectful in the chat. Usually, that's fine. Usually, you're all super well-behaved. Sometimes we get one or two randos from wherever that decide to be silly, but it doesn't happen that often. Okay. And oh yeah, the other reminder that my mods are very awesome about putting in the chat is that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a therapist, a marriage counselor, tarot readings are not a substitute for professional advice, okay? It's just to get a spiritual perspective or just see what we can get from the use of, the intuition, our spirit guides, our cards, etc. Anyway. I'm really happy. I see a whole bunch of you in the chat already. So exciting. Before we jump into the questions, I'm going to very carefully, mind you, not set my living room on fire. I'm going to very carefully, come on, light my eucalyptus. And once it's lit, we're going to do a little bit of a smudging thing, cleansing practice. Okay, you know what? I think that's a little bit smoking. There we go. Okay. With this practice, we set the intention of releasing the energy that we still hold on to from the week we just had, energy that no longer serves us, that we no longer need to hold on to. We release it. There we go. We let go of negativity, of resentment, of energetic blockages and obstacles that just no longer serve us. Whatever is safe for us to release and let go of, let's let it go. And so it is. I'm going to keep that, I'm going to blow my candle out, but I'll keep my eucalyptus just a little bit burning here, setting the intention as well for spiritual protection for myself and for each of you that are watching this. All right. Now, I think we're ready to jump in. So Drishti is asking if her person is still watching her or stalking her on social media, and she's referring to her person as Leo. Okay. And Leo, oh, he is Leo, so I'm guessing that's like the zodiac sign. So we'll just refer to him as Leo, the zodiac sign. Okay. So, Spirit, is Drishti still being, checked out on social media by Leo? Okay. The oracle cards that I've got here, interestingly, a time for healing and look at the bigger picture. I'm going to pull some tarot cards to just clarify what we're getting here. Oh, okay. So half of my deck is upside down. So we're going to just, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Whatever comes up, comes up. So what's this all about, Spirit, with the time for healing and look at the bigger picture in the situation regarding Drishti and Leo? Okay. Look at the bigger picture. That's the message for him. There's something about like it's time for basically for him to move on. Look at the bigger picture. There's so much more out there for him. Interesting. Like he just doesn't need to stay stuck focusing on what is essentially now the past. And a time for healing. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if you guys were like in a relationship and broke up or something like that, but with the anxiety here, Spirit's saying, you know what, I think he is still, I didn't mention this one that fell out, but we had 7 of Wands. I don't know if this means that you have 7 different social medias or whatever, but I'm just seeing where you've kind of been on guard, like on each of them, like kind of preparing to have to block this person or like privating your accounts, things like that. So it does show me that he is still watching your social media, but Spirit's giving him hints and nudges like it's time to move on. Like you don't need to do this. He's causing himself more anxiety than he needs right now. Interesting, but the time for healing, this is for you as well, Drishti. Let's just get a couple more tarot messages. Okay, aces are yeses. Like reading over old messages is something that he's doing. Okay, well, what's some kind of like constructive information here? What can we do now that we have this information? What is the best thing that Drishti can do? Just you keep doing you. Don't worry about, oh, what's he gonna think if he sees this? Oh, who's he gonna tell if he sees this? It's like, no, just you keep doing what you're doing the best you can. We have the Magician. I'm just getting something like you get to, it's like you get to make the magic happen. If this person was really controlling with you in the past, it's like you're free now. Just focus on the freedom that you have and the permission. I'm getting that word permission, that spirit that the universe is giving you to just keep creating, keep doing what you're doing, you know, with your endeavors, your life's path. Okay. Three of Pentacles. It's a message for both you and him. You'll find your people. You'll find your right, right group of people, your right connections that are going to help build you up and strengthen you. And he'll find his. Justice card on the bottom showing me something will be balanced out here. I think him like still watching all your social media, it's temporary. He'll get over it. He'll move past it. All right, so that's what I have for you. I hope that was helpful. MD Sabir says hi. Hi. What a lovely day, 90. Hello and welcome. Malik, I'm doing great. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Jasmine, hello and welcome. I see you have a third-party question. Does your friend have any messages for you? Can you just like reword that? Just help me understand. Is this your friend who's like still alive on Earth, or is this a friend who's on the other side now? Because there's a difference, kind of. Lovely day, 90. I'd love to know if I was a knight in my past life. So 1300s in France. That's very specific. That's very specific. But if you already kind of have an inkling, maybe, are you just looking for some confirmation? We'll pull a tarot card. Let's just see. Sure, why not? Let's just see what we get. So lovely day, 90. Were they a knight in their past life? 1300s in France. Was there a past life like that? I don't know if you were a knight. At least sorry, I'm laughing. I'll explain this in a minute. At least from what I'm being shown like a past life that like closely matches the energy of what you're asking. It does give medieval vibes. I'm surprised I don't have the Magician here, but I do have the Hermit. You were very wise, very, I get why it's not the Magician. I think people suspected you were like practicing witchcraft. Or like you were a wizard or something, because I get like heavy like Gandalf vibes here. A lot of time alone, mountain man. I'm hearing like foraging, nuts, berries, mushrooms. I shouldn't laugh because this sounds morbid, okay? But because this feels very medieval, right? Hangman, I normally don't get this card to be so literal, but I think you were executed because people didn't like your message. You were sharing enlightened messages. You weren't practicing evil witchcraft. You were just a hippie. You were basically a hippie. You were the wise old mountain man that did a lot of psilocybin. And gained a lot of insights from eating these magical plants, and people were like, oh, witchcraft, evil. Oh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's such a dark thing, but I don't know, there's just something about how simple that message was that just seemed, it got me in some way. I don't know. But I'm looking at the bottom of the deck now, Knight of Cups. You accomplished what you wanted to in that lifetime. You learned what you wanted to learn then. And despite the being executed, misunderstood, first of all, and most of all, and executed, you still finished that lifetime and you're like, you know what? Considering the circumstances, that actually went better than I thought. That's what I got for you. I gotta catch up on the chat. Holy moly, chat's moving quick. And that's so cool. Lovely Day 90. I just read your thing saying, like, I'm going off what I saw in my third eye. That's awesome. And, you know, there could just be something that you have this innate remembering of that I just don't have access to, you know, to tap into. But I was shown like a past life of yours with that like closest energy. Perhaps you started off as a knight in that lifetime for all we know, and then you aged and became a recluse, but I don't know. That's really cool. I'm excited. I'm interested to see if you did more like meditations and stuff, like what else would come up for you. That's awesome. Oh, lovely Scorpio. You're new to the channel. Welcome. Monique, thank you for the super chat. I wanted to hit the like button. There we go. Chemical Squirrel says, I didn't know past life reading was a thing. It is a thing, and they are fun to do. I really enjoy doing them. I might have to do more of them on this channel. I used to do them actually quite often, but I don't know. And then I just started just doing more personal readings. Past life readings they are so much fun though. Okay, just still going up through the chat here. You moderators are so wonderful. Seriously, you guys are so quick. Like, you catch all of the weirdos that I don't even get I don't even get a chance to notice, because you guys are like ninjas in the chat. I love it. Sish in the chat says, show us your tits demon. I don't have a tits demon. What kind of demon is that? I grew up Christian, and I actually never learned about that in Bible study or anything like that, a tits demon. In the meantime, you can show us your manners. Okay, let's see. Joseph. Oh, Joseph, I am so sorry for your loss. Yeah. Okay. All right, you know what? I don't know if I am going to go full medium here for you, Joseph, but I want to pull some cards for you. Okay. So yeah, I'm so sorry that you've become widowed. Your wife passed, you said 1 year ago today. You want to know if she's with you. Okay. The short answer is yes. I know that. I feel that. I know that. She never really left. That's something else I'm picking up on with the energy there. She never really left. She left the body, yeah, but she never left you, like your soul, your awareness, your yeah, I just see this like image of I'm just seeing it as like a butterfly just that's always floating around you and following you and stuff. I don't know if you see butterflies a lot just in your regular life, but that was just what I was being shown, and that the butterfly represents her, that like her spirit, she's always around. But let's see what else we can get. Let's get some words of comfort and encouragement for you. Okay, a new start is coming. A new start is coming. I feel like that's something like she would share with you. Again, I'm not fully connected. I call it full medium, but I am definitely picking that up, that she wants you to know something new is coming into your life. Let's see what else we can get. Another thing that's coming in really loudly, as I'm hearing, she's okay. I'm seeing thumbs up. It's been hard. It has been really hard adjusting. I could understand that with the Tower card. Your life has been completely reset. I'm getting that word reset. It's been completely flipped. It's just... Another image I get is like the rubble of a city after a natural disaster, and it's like everything's gone, but the only thing you can do from here is to rebuild and, you know, to start something new, I guess. Yeah. Okay. The other thing Spirit wants you to know is that they recognize, first and foremost with that Tower, they recognize how much you're struggling, and even they are saying, like, we're sorry. You know, they know just how much that hurts when you're in that human experience. But the other thing they want you to know is that your feelings are valid. You don't need to cover up your emotions. If you haven't already gone to some kind of maybe grief counseling or to an expert who can help you with that, I really, really recommend you do it, because there's just so much that is okay for you to share and express, you know, if it's anger, if it's tears, if it's frustration, if it's whatever it is that comes up, just let it come up. You don't have to mask it. You don't have to always be strong. You are strong, but you don't always have to act strong, you know? It's okay. It's okay if you're still grieving. So your feelings are very valid. Okay. There's healing. Over time, you will heal. The thing about grief is that we never, like, really get over it. But what happens is our lives expand around it. And that's what's going to happen with you eventually. You will still miss her, and you'll still struggle once in a while. You know, grief, it comes and goes. It's like waves. But eventually, yeah, like I said, your life will grow around it. Your heart will grow around it, and you will eventually be able to have peace of mind again and calm again. I feel eventually you will have this sense of calm joy in your heart again. Here's a really positive message though. Her on the other side, she's having fun. Like, she is, I'm just seeing, like, there all kinds of activities. You can do anything up there, or up there, that's how I think of it. But, you know, on the other side, like, you, just from doing medium readings for people over the years, I've learned, like, people's loved ones on the other side, if you liked sports here on Earth, you can still run and play games and, you know, do this stuff over on the other side. If you loved yoga here, or fishing, or art, or whatever, like, you can still do all of that over there. And then some. It's enhanced. Earth is just a fraction of the beauty that she lives in now over there. She wants you to know that she is having fun. She's busy. There's something about, like, a morning run or something like that. I just see, like, running through this, like, wooded area. There's these different plants. There's these little, like, I'm seeing little reddish pink kind of flowers. I don't know what they are, but it's like she runs past them every time. Is not really a thing over there, but we would consider it, for us, it would be like every day. I guess for her, it would just be like regularly. Yeah. But she is having a good time. And then there's Justice on the bottom. everything will make sense eventually. It may not be within this lifetime, but there is this thing I'm getting about how everything will be made right. You will understand it one day. I don't mean for this to sound morbid, but of course there's this, we will meet again and this will be made right. Yeah, there's something about time. It's time. Something about time will bridge the gap. For you, it's time because we're subject to the laws of time, here on Earth in our human experience. But there's just this, it's going to be okay. It might be a little bit hard, but there's this knowing that, that I'm with you and that I will make everything right. Everything will be made okay. Everything will make sense later. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. Again, I'm very sorry about your loss. I really hope that you are okay. And if you need help finding resources, for things like therapy or grief counseling or anything like that, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to help you. Okay. I'm gonna just go read through the chat. And RV says, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Happy Sunday to you guys. Monique. I'll do yours next. I see. I think you were the next one in the chat. Okay, you don't have to trade half your life just to look at my face. All you have to do is just subscribe to my channel and watch my stuff. You can trade half of your afternoon. How about that? I hope you have a good day, Joseph. I'll be praying for your healing and your peace of mind and for comfort for you. I know it looks like I'm staring at you guys, but I'm just reading. There's some of the comments, oh, rose blue, thank you. This is actually a shawl, but I love it. It feels like summer out here where I am. So I'm like, I want to look like summer. Kieran says, you pulled the tower card for me earlier this year. Now I know why. I appreciate the card. Really? Okay, well, I'm really glad that it made sense for you. I hope everything's going okay for you. So we have in the chat, someone's asking, have I discussed my feelings about Selena Gomez? While making predictions about her, have I tapped into Selena Gomez's energy? You know what? No, I haven't. I like her music, but I just don't feel the need to read on her. I don't know. She's got good music, though. And she's very stylish. I like her fashion. All right. Chemical Squirrel, if you want a past life reading, there's a link in the description, and my mods will put a link in the chat where you can book with me. And you would have to, I think, just book it as a regular tarot reading, but then just put in, there's a section where you can give me extra details or ask a question or whatever. Just put past life reading or whatever. Retelling Savory's wondering if they were someone in King Charles II's court. That's not you being silly. it's interesting to think about, right? There could be something there. Like I really believe that we incarnate, and that those of us who've been here most of us have probably been here more than once. So it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. Okay. All right, Monique, I can do yours now. I've scrolled back up to your question. Monique says, we are considering adding an in-law suite to the house. It's a big project. Will it be a good idea? Okay, let's see. Let's get Spirit's perspective on that. Monique adding an in-law suite in addition to the house. That is a huge project. It is, absolutely. I remember when my parents got some contractors to add an addition to our house. They took out the front porch and extended it into a family room, sitting room. We had a living room, but it was a little small for all of us, so they added. And then they took the veranda off the back of the house, which I still miss that veranda, but they turned it into an art room or sunroom. And I remember that taking a long, long time. It was a lot of work. But it was exciting, and I'm excited for you for this new change of scenery, pretty much. So let's get an oracle card, an oracle message regarding Monique adding an in-law suite. Okay, there's work through your fears. I'm not an astrologer, but new moon in Scorpio. Maybe there's something significant about the moon being in Scorpio, or maybe something about Scorpio season. I don't know, but take that if it resonates. If not, it's that work through your fears message. Oh, bottom of the oracle deck, there's your commitments being tested. So it's going to be a long road with a lot of effort, and Spirit's like, you're asking if it's a good idea, and Spirit's like, it's a good idea if you're ready. Are you ready? Let's get some tarot messages. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. There's, with 10 of Swords, there's, once this gets started, it cannot be stopped, right? And there's something energetic too about this. And this is not a bad card. It's not. It's okay. This is actually, I think, representing you going past, or moving past whatever it is that you're concerned about. You know, if it's like, oh, am I going to have time? Are we going to get this done on schedule? Like, are we going to have enough money left over after this? Like, Spirit's like, you're going to find reasons why it's safe to move past the fear. I'm also getting something about the energy of your entire home changes, but it's not bad. It's good. We have 6 of Wands there. It's like, it's successful. It's good. This also shows me that the project works out. You're able to get everything done. I'm hearing properly, safely, successfully. And I'm hearing fiscally responsible. So you stay in your budget, or maybe there's a way that you stay like under your budget. Yeah, but this new addition to your home, like, it just, whatever the energy in your home has been like in the past, that is changing. That's going away. Not always a bad thing. It's just letting in fresh energy. I'm hearing something about fresh air, fresh sunlight. So it does seem like it goes well. Let's see, is there anything important to know as you move into this, I was gonna say next stage of construction, next phase in life? There's slow and steady. Bottom of the deck, there's the Devil card. I'm not getting anything necessarily like nefarious with this Devil. It's just don't rush the project or you'll run into issues. There's slow and steady. Yeah, and something about just consistent. I don't know if you're building it yourself or if you have contractors or somebody that is helping you, but just something about consistent routine and just focus on, I'm hearing like bit by bit, just focus on things as they're getting done instead of worrying about, oh my gosh, we still have this to go, we still have this, we still have to do this, 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 and this. It's like, well, okay, well, look at what you got finished and look at what you're doing right now that you can accomplish. Yeah, so don't rush it. You could run into some problems if you do. Don't cut corners. That's what the message is, actually, with the don't rush it. Don't cut corners. Yeah. It'll get done. I'm hearing, it's a song. It's Spirit. It reminds me of silly things to help me get messages out. There's this game that I used to play on computer when I was a young kid, and it's called Lego Island. And there's a song that's very well known from the game, and it's called Brick by Brick. And the message of the song is, you can move a mountain if you do it brick by brick. I don't know if I'll get DMCA'd if I sing it to you, but it's actually a banger. Yeah, brick by brick, talk by tick, no matter how thin, no matter how thick. And then it's talking about characters from the game. Papa told Mama and Laura told Nick, you can move a mountain if you do it brick by brick. Okay, that part's been playing. That was playing in my head actually throughout your particular reading. Yeah, it'll get done. It'll be okay. Slow and steady, no cutting corners. You got this. You got what you need. You're capable. Spirit's like, it's good. Green light, thumbs up, go ahead. So I hope that was helpful for you. I thought I heard someone outside. I thought maybe, but it's Sunday. It wouldn't be the mailman, so. Hey, Mumita, welcome. I just saw your question. Welcome back to the stream. Oh, my eyes are dry today. Okay, that's better. Mumita says, I'm hearing medical entrance. Neat. The paper was tough and my exam didn't go well. Okay. And will Mumita get an MBBS seat or BDS, which, okay, dentist, I see, seat or something else in career? Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm sorry to hear that the exam was tough and just didn't go well. I'm sorry you had a rough time with that. But let's see. Actually, first, let's get a career message for Momita with the Moonology Oracle. Not sponsored, by the way. I just really like this deck. That's why I use it all the time. So, career message for Momita. Given the circumstances that they've just described. Okay, there's surrender to the divine. I feel like pulling two and hold your vision. So, this career path, if it's medicine that you are passionate about and wanting to follow, with hold your vision and surrender to the divine. Hold your vision, saying don't give up on this path. Yeah, and don't give up on your studies. This exam may not have gone that well, but your next one might. there's this this feeling of like, you can still get there, you will still get there. But there's surrender to the divine. Spirit knows the way for you to do this, to pursue this. It just might be in different timing than what you thought, or in a different, perhaps in a different way. But they have the plan, and they know how it's going to be for you. They want you to know. It's like, trust us. Okay. I'll pull one. There we go. Yeah, I'll pull one. You wanted to know if you'll get MBBS seat or BDS seat. So let's pull one representing MBBS and see what that path might be looking like for you. MBBS for Momita. Okay, Hierophant, I'm seeing it like education, university. But 8 of Cups. Oh, Spirit, is that 8? That's not 8 months? Okay, that's walking away, 8 of Cups. There's the potential, like, you start on that kind of path for your education, but then with 8 of Cups, it doesn't mean you abandon it completely. It just means you change course a little bit. Like you switch programs or something like that, if you were to go the MBBS route. Now you're also asking about dentistry route. Let's pull a couple cards for that. If Momita goes that route with the dentistry. Okay, this one wants to fall out. And it's the Hermit, and I'll hold it up in a second. We'll look at it. Okay, Hermit and 10 of Swords. Let me clarify, because there's something about you've done some research on something and like tried to educate yourself on something and then realize that it may not be for you with that 10 of Swords. So then what is the career path? Because Spirit, you're saying surrender. We know what's going to be, we know what's going to be in best alignment. And that Momita doesn't need to give up on the whole medical, career and study path. So what is the path? Ace of Pentacles. Sometimes I see this one. I don't really do a lot of health or medical readings, but I often get this one to be like a prescription or like pharmaceutical, because I just see like a hand offering up like a big pill or a tablet or something. So there could be something there about pharmacy. And at the same time, like take what resonates with you, because ultimately it is your choice, right? Okay, but speaking of choice, 2 of Swords flew out. Something, okay, between like pharmacy and what? Okay. But it's like, something like corporate, pharmacy. I don't know if it's pharmacy tech. Like, I don't see you working in the drugstore. I see you being something. There is, and it's above that. It's something involved with like the planning or the making of or the distribution or something like that, or the research of the pharmaceuticals. Okay, yeah, perhaps with research. Interesting. But again, like it may not, I get the feeling here it's going to be something you don't expect. So you may not have been expecting this. Oh, that's okay. So maybe the choice is like, become a pharmacist or become a researcher, kind of a thing. Let's just get one more card for Momita. Advice, encouragement. Okay. King of Cups, I see you're going to find a mentor. And it's somebody, if you're in university right now, it could be somebody that is from your university. This is somebody that's in your, like, the educational sphere in which you are, currently existing. But yeah, a mentor who's going to help you help you find what your strengths are, where your interests lie, and then potential paths for you to take and steps you can take on that path. Interesting. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Momita. I hope that was helpful. Just reading through the chat. Emil says, hi from the Philippines. Hello. Hi from Canada. Oh, wow. You moderators are amazing. I've already said you guys are like ninjas in the chat, but I really, really appreciate the work that you're doing and the slop that you have to sort through with some of these randos who come in and say dumb stuff. Frying Pan asks if the Lovers card always implies romantic entanglement. It's not always romantic love. I see the Lovers card, when it is talking about love, it can refer to the various different kinds of love. So sometimes that's just like family love, even though the artwork looks more, physical, but it's the energy of love, right? Sometimes it's family love. Oh, I love you. Sometimes it's friendship love. I love you. I care about you. Sometimes it is romantic entanglements, and then sometimes it's not love at all. Sometimes it is a close partnership. So like a business partnership, or like a business partnership where you both go into business together, or working partnership. You know how sometimes like police have their partner and they go in pairs to do stuff, or there's other jobs where you have a partner. A close connection like that too. Sometimes the Lovers card can represent that. It just depends on the context of your reading. Frying Pan, I get the feeling that you are wondering if Selena Gomez is like gonna fall in love with you or something. I'm just gonna say if you and her don't know each other personally, I'm gonna say no. You have to know each other personally. I would think, in order for her to fall in love with you, and even then, it would be up to, I don't know, whatever it is that's behind the human attraction system. Preferences, pheromones, things like that. And you can't force somebody to fall in love with you, no matter how big of a crush you have on them. So I don't think it's healthy to keep reading on that. I'm not saying that to be hurtful or rude, but I think there are maybe more constructive things you could be reading on, or if this is something that has been really consuming you, reading on her, and this, like, you're really, really again, obsessed or really, really preoccupied with her. I think you might need to take a break from reading tarot. Just until you let this kind of pass and move out of your system. I just don't think it's healthy to be looking at that over and over again and trying to assign meanings to cards when if it doesn't resonate with you and fit for your situation. You can't make things fit. You can't make meanings fit. Okay? All right. Oh my God. Is somebody in the chat trying to flirt with my moderators? And asking one moderator with help with flirting with the other moderator. Dude, no. Like, that's a bold strategy, Cotton, but it's not going to work. We can't do that. Lila says, I look very boho chic. Oh, thanks. Yeah, kind of like the bohemian sort of free spirit look. Frying Pan says, let's say someone's spirit guide looks like Selena Gomez and sounds like her. Is that considered a valid message? You know what? Sometimes our spirit guides can take on a form that we recognize. I had a Reiki attunement done years ago, and I saw it was, what is his name from history? Sitting Bull, the indigenous chief. And I thought it was really weird, like, why would I get a message from him? But it was my spirit guides showing in that form, I guess, so I could understand, or I could recognize or not be afraid. You know how, like, in the Bible, and I think other religious texts have it too, where a divine being comes down, the first thing they say is, don't be afraid, or they appear in a form that looks very tame. Sometimes guides do that. I don't know. I feel like with you, just the energy I'm kind of picking up on here, you really have a thing for Selena Gomez. Maybe your guides are showing up in that form so you can recognize them, but don't overthink it. Okay. Greg's asking, can you send light and prayers to Amy Pasentino, a light worker being psychologically attacked? I don't know who she is or what the situation is, but I hope everything turns out okay, because that sounds messy. Okay. Jasmine, we'll do yours. Jasmine's friend has passed away a couple years ago now, she says. Are there any messages? So let's see. I'm, again, not going full medium. I don't feel like connecting directly. I haven't really prepared for that, but we'll still get a message. My people will talk to your people. It's that kind of a thing. She can give a message, and our guides can, bring it through to us. I just am not in the headspace for a full medium reading. Okay, but we have win-win outcomes forecast that came out with the Oracle cards. I'm also getting this song. Everybody knows the song. I just don't remember what it's called, but it's Don't Worry About a Thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. That song, that started playing in my head. Wow. Your friend saying, she's like, I see the finish line. I know you're going to win with this like win-win outcome. There's, yeah, like I know how the race is going to end because I'm already there. She's like, I already know how your situation's going to turn out. Like, I can see it. I'm allowed to see this. Two of Cups. Still, there's like, you know, you're still my friend. I'm still your friend. Your hearts are still connected. I'm just saying our hearts are intertwined. I'm here and you are there, but you are not far behind. Rhyming. We're rhyming today? Okay. All right, we're rhyming. Maybe she liked poetry or something. The you are not far behind thing, that's not meant to be morbid. It's just we all eventually go back to source. And that, I think that's what is being said here. You're still divinely connected. Queen of Swords, she wants you to know that she's learned so much stuff. She's like, oh, if I could just, I'm seeing the image of it's like a late night talk. You've parked the car and, you know, you got your windows down. Maybe you're sharing the smoke, maybe you're not, but the energy, it just feels very close. It feels very intimate in like a friendship way, not in like a physical way, in an emotional way. And you're just talking about life. And she's like, I really wish we could do that right now because the things that I want to share with you, the things I want to show you, the things that I want to tell you, yeah. She's like, there's so much that can't be put into human words, but I'm seeing this like two friends, like they're sitting together and they're looking each other in the eye and it's like nothing needs to be said. Everything is understood. Jasmine, are you familiar with Futurama? Have you ever watched that? Because I'm just now being reminded of, I don't want to give spoilers for an episode that's like 20 years old now, but, you know, main character, Fry, gets frozen for 1,000 years and wakes up in the future. In the meantime, in the present, or I guess in the year 2000 or whatever, you know, his parents think that he's just missing. And there's an episode where he gets sent into his mom's dream or something like that. It's not his dream, it's his mom's dream. And there's so much he wants to tell her, but the episode ends with them just hugging, and it's like everything that needs to be said is being communicated in that hug. It's that same kind of principle, but there's this like you're looking into each other's eyes and nothing needs to be spoken, everything is known. Yeah, and she's like, if I could only just show you, if I could let you see what I can see. But this end of the finish line, this win-win thing, she's like, it's okay because you will get there. And you will learn some of the things that I've learned. I'm also getting that she's still here to support you on your journey through life. That she's there to encourage you. And I'm seeing pom-poms, woo, a cheerleader. I'm seeing, just signs like a banner, like go, woohoo. It's like go team, but it's like go you. You know, you can do it. You got this. Any other messages? It's okay if you miss her, of course. It's okay if you miss her, but there's this like, she's saying, well, my life was finished. I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm hearing something about I completed the homework early. I didn't have to go back, or like I didn't have to go back. I did what I needed to do. She's like, now it's your turn. You still have more to do. She's like, so go and do it. But there's this encouragement, like it's going to be okay. There's that win-win, right? It's like she sees your future, and while she can't necessarily tell you, I think if you were able to perhaps connect with her yourself in a mediumship or a psychic kind of way, or in a meditative state, I think you would be able to get some messages. We'll be back together eventually, Hangman. This delay. It's okay. We'll be back together eventually. You keep going. I'll meet you. There's something I'm seeing, like, I don't know what kind of things you used to do hanging out together, but I'm seeing two people that are on a walk, and somebody gets, like, they get a cramp or something, and there's like a rest stop, and they're like, you keep going. I am done. I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to get my bearings, but I'll meet you at whatever the destination at the end of the hike, of the trip was, right? You go on ahead, and I'll meet you there at the finish. Oh, and meeting you at the finish, that's also not to be morbid at all, but like I said, we all eventually cross over and go back to source. She's going to be one of the people there to come and get you when it's time. Yeah. And then you'll be back to those 3 a.m. talking about life, except it's not going to be 3 a.m. because there's really no sense of time, not in the same way over there as here. But you'll be right back to where you left off. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Jasmine. I really hope that was helpful. I'll be praying for your peace and your comfort, and I'm sad that your friend passed away, but I am happy that she's doing well on the other side, and the energy I was able to pick up was very happy and safe. Okay, and then we have Deb Summer is looking for like a general message. Oh, that's awesome, Jasmine. So I love that you say, yes, you are a psychic medium. Okay, so I think that your friend would probably, words are hard, be very happy to work with you as you build on your skills. I think you will be able to connect with her privately and get more information than what I was able to channel. Okay. Kat says, what do you sell? Well, right now I'm doing tarot readings for free on stream. I guess technically sell, I mean, Otter Spirit sells their bracelets, but they sponsor my channel, and I really like their jewelry, so I promote it. That could be answering your question. I also co-authored the One World Tarot, and I promote that also. So, all right. So, Deb Summer. General message. Some undead, mine are bigger than yours. John says, why don't you quit this job and marry me and live a peaceful life? Also, no. Okay, Deb. Here we go. I'm gonna say I'm so, I was gonna say distracted, but I'm changing. It's like my brain is changing channels here. I guess the energy is shifting because we're looking at something different now. I was just kind of in a weird, in between radio stations, and you hear the static fuzz or whatever. That's kind of what my brain was doing there for a second. General message for Deb Summers. What's going to be important for her to know for the near future? Okay, we have meditate and contemplate. So if you have a meditation practice, that's awesome. Spirit's just letting you know, like, keep going with that. If you don't, it may be something to look into. Meditation, it doesn't have to be this big intimidating thing. You don't have to just sit there all day. You can do walking meditations where you're mindful of your breath and your steps. You can Sometimes what I do is if I'm in a pinch and I just need a quick psychic, like, I don't know, tune-up, or like a chakra tune-up or something, I will sit and take 7 very deep breaths and imagine with each breath like healing energy coming in and cleansing each chakra. So first breath, root, second breath, sacral, etc., working the way up. And it doesn't take very long. There are different ways to meditate. Point is, guided meditations are tons of those on YouTube. They help you to figure out what, how to position your body, what to focus on with your thoughts, etc. But meditate and contemplate. Well, okay, what is she supposed to meditate and contemplate on then, Spirit? What is that? Like, what is the direction in which she should be focusing her thoughts, her energy? Okay, there's rest. There's the star. And I'll connect these in just a second. I just want to show you what I have. And there's the Chariot. Ah, intermission. I get that, the word intermission. Okay, so with the Four of Swords, you're in a resting stage right now. Spirit wants you to just focus on, there's something about calming the nervous system. There's something just about just being calm and taking a break, because you are about to, I hate doing this. These cards are absolutely beautiful, but I sometimes have to censor the star card. YouTube is silly over which of these tarot cards I'm allowed to, show without getting, demonetized or whatever because of nudity. But so I got to hold them like this for now. But anyway, you're entering, it's like another cycle of, there's like spiritual awakening or spiritual growth here. So you finished one cycle, or you finished Act 1. Now you are, it's the intermission where you go, get a snack, run to the washroom, stretch your legs, and then come and sit down again and prepare for Act 2. Okay, so star, there's something here I think about your upper chakras that are being worked on. Maybe you've done a lot of healing with the lower chakras. This is getting strangely like the recent pick a card video that I put out, and I'm not saying that just to promote it. Like I'm actually getting like it's the same kind of energy where you've worked through the root, sacral, solar plexus. I think you've been doing a lot of work with your heart chakra as well, but now it's time to move up into like throat, third eye, crown. And that's Spirit saying that's going to be a wild ride. It's going to, the energy is going to be very fast. It's going to, it's going to be fast. It's going to be, I'm getting consistent. But it's going to, I see. So first, okay, I don't know. Spirit's giving me roller coasters as an analogy. First, you rode the dragon wagon, the ones that you go on when you're a little child. It's just a circle with like a bump, and it's very easy and it's very gentle, and you go around it a couple times. Okay, and then you're feeling pretty brave. You're able to move up to something more intermediate, and maybe you've grown, time has passed, you've grown tall enough, now you meet the requirements for the intermediate coaster. And it's a little bit scarier because it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit longer, and the drops and the hills are a little bit higher. Okay, but you did that. You made it through that. You're ready for a new challenge. Maybe more time has passed and you've grown tall enough to ride the adult coasters, the ones with the loops and the corkscrews and stuff, and you're resting before, like, you're just taking a break. You're sitting on the bench before maybe you're in the queue, in the line, and you're on the bench, you're waiting, you're just resting your legs because you're like, I know this is going to be a hell of a ride. But it's exciting. There's an exciting energy here. You're not in danger. Everything's under control. Everything feels very planned. It's not chaotic. It's very planned, and it's very yeah, like it's very well organized, this energy that you're moving into. So yeah, healing those upper chakras, that's also going to open up your psychic senses way more than I get the feeling you already have some psychic senses. Everyone has the potential for it, but not everybody works on developing the skills. I feel like you have developed some of these skills. They're going to get stronger. So that could be something very exciting. It could be something that you're like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh, okay, actually, this is quite fun. You're just in the resting stage right now. So yeah, there's great spiritual growth coming for you. I'm very excited. It's going to be good for you. Okay. And then are there guys in the chat playing Wingman? I just read, use the cards, help John find a wife, or we got to help John find a wife, or something like that. I just scrolled past the. That's funny. I don't know why. I just got a kick out of that. That was just silly. You know what, Guy? If you and John really, really want to look at this with the tarot and get a psychic or, spiritual perspective on it, just book with me and we can go from there. All right. And just going through the chat. Just reminding everyone that I don't always catch everything in the chat, so if I miss your question, it's not personal. I probably just didn't see it. Just reading some of these comments. All right. You know what? S cool. Sure. If you're still in the chat watching, yeah, I'm just gonna have a sip of my iced coffee. This is a huge jar, by the way, of iced coffee. Decaf, mind you. It's really good. Instant coffee, by the way. So S. Cole is saying, can you give me one message that I really need to hear right now about my situation? Okay, and Spirit knows what your situation is. Let's do a quick little look at that. Let's get an oracle card and then we'll get a couple tarot cards. So information for S. Cole's situation. What do they need to know? Okay, adjustments are required. Given your circumstances, whatever they may be, some adjustments are required. So we're going to pull some cards. What adjustments? What kind of steps should you take in order for these adjustments to happen? Because adjustments are required. So what kind of adjustments? What needs to be adjusted? Okay, Two of Cups. Something to do with either it's a friendship or a relationship, but a personal connection there. And we'll get more into that in a second. what to do about it. There's a death card, transformation, there's something that needs to change. If there's a certain adjustment you're going to make, and we'll find out what it is, but it's going to change the course of this particular connection. It's going to be the catalyst for a major change in this relationship, whether it's a romantic or a platonic or whatever. So what to do? You are the boss of yourself. I'm getting that. I'm also getting this message of people are people, and people are going to do what they want to do, and people are going to make mistakes. People are going to make choices that others don't agree with. And I'm getting something about that's just the nature of people being people. Are you a people pleaser? I'm getting something like that. There's kind of a boundary, because there's, again, that message of you are the boss of you. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to say yes or no. You're allowed to agree to what you like. You're allowed to say no to what you don't like and what you don't want. You are the one that calls the shots in your life. Devil and Four of Cups. If you've been spending a lot of time living your life basically for other people and wearing the mask that you think will make people like you, what it does is it just makes you feel bad, right? It makes you feel there's a part of you that's feeling disappointed because it's like, okay, but I just want to be who I am, but still be appreciated for it. Instead of being appreciated for this act that I'm putting on or this mask that I'm putting on. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just going to ask, and you don't have to answer this. Are you neurodivergent? This is getting pretty close to what I experienced as an ADHD burnout. That's why I ask. The energy feels very, very familiar. I recently kind of stopped masking because I'm a neurodivergent person. That's kind of why I ask and why this energy feels familiar. And I got bullied as a kid for being my regular self. So I masked, right? As a young adult, I tried being normal. And it was really hard. I couldn't keep it up, and I burned out and got extremely depressed about a year ago and really just had a rough time. And it took me months to heal. And the adjustment that I had to make was just being a little bit more authentic and being prepared for others not to understand me or agree with me. But I was happy to give that up in exchange for personal peace. Yeah, and personal satisfaction. I stopped being this character at this one job that I had. I stopped being this character that everyone expected me to be, and it was really weird. You know, I stopped feeling like I fit in, and I realized, well, this whole thing wasn't actually the right environment for me if I only fit in and felt accepted when I wasn't being who I actually am. Spirit's going to help you with High Priestess, whether you're neurodivergent or not. Spirit's going to help you to remember who you truly are. Remember your authentic self and give you I'm getting communications, but it's like confirmation that it's safe. It's going to be okay. It's going to be safe for you to unmask and to start putting boundaries and to stop the people pleasing. There's your newfound joy. You are pouring from an empty cup in all of your relationships and your connections because you think it's making other people happy, and maybe it is, but what you don't realize is that you're making yourself sad, right? You can't give what you don't have. I'm seeing something about debt. It's not literal financial debt, but it's like energetic debt or something. When you keep pouring from an empty cup, you're taking away your happiness, or happiness that should be reserved for yourself. Am I making sense? Sometimes I don't make sense, but I hope that makes sense. So what's some advice then for S-Cool while they make this adjustment, being maybe their more authentic self, being speaking up about what your needs are, but especially with your boundaries. Hey, I really don't like when or sometimes you gotta be careful how you word things, but you know, hey, when you make that joke about me, or you know, I don't like it. It was funny the first 2 times, but it's not funny anymore. I really don't appreciate it. Can you just get some new material? And if they don't like that because you put a boundary, well, then you don't need them, right? Anyway, some advice, just some more advice. It'll take some time, but your perspective is going to shift. Eventually, you will understand why you needed to go through this process of unmasking and yeah, placing your boundaries. I keep talking about boundaries, but that just keeps being drilled into my head, and into my gut, which is why I need to speak it out to you. You'll have a new view on yourself. You're not a follower. You've always been a leader. You've always been independent. You've always been, I'm getting alternative. You've always been a creator. You are a creator, not just a consumer. There's something else I'm getting with that too. But yeah, you're a leader. And if people can't understand the way that you perceive reality, that's fine. They don't have to understand. They have to still have some respect. And if they don't, you don't need those people. You are going to start feeling better about yourself as time goes on. You're going to start feeling stronger and like you have more. It's like you're regaining control over your life that you felt you didn't have before. You're taking your power back is really what's happening here. You'll be taking your power back from, you know, after all those times of giving it away, and you'll be pouring into your own cup, like we saw with that Ace of Cups there. Okay. I have time for one more. It's really, really nice out today, and I want to get outside and just hang out and chill. I have time for one more reading. If I didn't get, to anybody, if I didn't get to you, I do apologize. It's not personal. If it's Sam Malik, I agree with you. Free Palestine. I agree with your sentiment. But yeah, I want to get that vitamin D. So I'm just going to pick. Oh, Ian Peacock says they subscribed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Hello to everybody who's been saying hi to me. Rose Blue says, hi, I figured you were just being you anytime I saw your videos. I am just being me when I do my videos. The masking and all that was more so when I worked at my last job. And when I was young, trying to get through school and then trying to get through being in the workforce as a really young 20-something. And I always feel like I can be my regular self when I'm here on YouTube. Oh, Dopamine, I'm glad you subbed. You love my vibe. Thank you. I love your kindness. Okay, you know what? Our last one will be Kina89. Kina89's asking, how does my colleague see me? Love, perspective, and advice. Is this the person we read on last week where they liked you, but they didn't want to be in the messy situation of dating a coworker? If I remember correctly, I think that was the conclusion we ended up coming to. Yes, okay. So let's see if anything has changed there with that person's outlook, their perspective on you. Oh, Eugenia Rod is the most faithful subscriber. Thank you. I'm so glad that I found you guys, those of you who are new subscribing and viewing, and I'm so glad for my regular viewers, just for everybody that comes here and listens, to me channeling all these messages. and me being silly in between. Okay. Alma, thank you so much. Awesome. The Kina 89, how does Kina 89's colleagues see them? Has anything changed from what we got last week with our last week's reading on that? She's thinking about it. Empress. I'm not getting that she's literally pregnant. That is one meaning of the Empress card, but not this time. It's that she's thinking about it. There's potential growing. That's what it is here. Potential growing. She's considering her options. I'm not sure if she's been single a long time or not, but she's very secure being on her own with Queen of Pentacles. She's very independent. She doesn't need a romantic partner. It's one of those things where she doesn't need you, but she wants you. And that feels, to me, like so much more of a privilege. Like, oh my gosh, my partner doesn't need me, but they're with me because they want me and they love me. Like, it takes a little bit of pressure off. There's no, oh, I can fix her, or, oh, I need to help her. No, this person, she knows who she is. She can help herself, and she has. Okay, eventually she's going to get through. There's still some confusion here, and there's a little bit of back and forth because she likes being her own woman, but she also likes you. Slowly but surely, she would like to get to know you. I think there's a taking things slow energy here. She wants to get to know you over time. She wants to get to know, because she knows the side of you that she sees every day at work, but she wants to know more about the side of you that like the you who you are every day, even outside of work, even when she normally doesn't see you. She wants to know. Okay, so Kenai, that's what we have there so far. So, anything else? Oh, okay, I love this. I love this. Matching pair. You're the King of Pentacles. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's making sure. She's very mature. She's very wise. And I don't know how old she is. That's not relevant, but she's very smart. This is not, when you two come together, and I feel like, it feels like eventually you will, because this is what I'm getting, is when you two come together, you are not two halves making one whole. You are one whole person, and she is one whole person coming together to be two people who have a very secure connection. So that's awesome. She's still working through some of her feelings and stuff. Let's see if we can get an oracle card to wrap things up. Oh, she's 28. Okay. Still, she's quite young, but she has a very mature energy for only being 28. I say that as if I'm an old sage. I'm 29. What's the oracle message for you then, Kenai 89? Okay, it's time to release negativity, and I think this is kind of what she's doing. She's working out. She's in the stage of, that saying, if something stinks, change it. If you don't like something, change it. She's in that stage where she's looking at what she can change. And what she can do to make this situation work out for the best. Bottom of the tarot deck, by the way, is justice. So there's balance. There's coming to, it's not a compromise as in you both have to give something up, but it's things work out in such a way that you're able to come together in like with equal energies. So like equal, I think, confidence, equal sense of self, equal independence. Yeah, you're coming together with, I keep getting that, with equal energies. Yeah, so she likes you, but just be patient. She's taking things slow. And that's okay. It's for the best that way. All right. So that's what I have for you guys today for our Sunday stream. I will be back next Sunday. I think it's Mother's Day, but we'll see how the plans work. But I'll be back live as soon as I can. In the meantime, I do also make pick a card videos and like channeled messages with tarot readings and stuff. So feel free to go and check those out. Yesterday, I had just uploaded my May 2025 predictions. They were a couple of days late, but I'm not too worried about it anymore. But those are up. And I have some other ones. I have an alternative channel as well that has nothing to do with spirituality. It's called Rosie. It's just video essays about my ADHD, things that I'm hyperfixated on, and what my special interests are. So go check that out. I have a new video that I put out yesterday, I think, for that channel too. But anyway, so we've hit the end of our stream today. Love and light to everybody who's watching. Thank you so much to everybody for being here and for supporting me in all the ways that you do. And I'll see you next time.